story where Eve did to Adam. I just pray my love don't lie to me. Swing the iron like Samson, I can't let no holder lie to me. I don't feel these rappers, all they lies is hypocrisy. Ain't no competition, ain't no rivalry. Niggas think I'm playing, I don't hear one word they saying, this shit light work. Think Muhammad one of us, he might lose his life first. Suckle up and stay alert. Another cop can stretch the nigga. He a demon, it's an exorcism. Watch I bless the nigga. You took that open blood, then you know I'm gonna get active with you. From the opposition, I see vision. Let me paint the picture. Rappers claim they spit and I ain't listening. Is in fact the fear. If revenge was a woman, now I scope that bitch like Jake. So I war, we gon' run the summer. It's gon' be historical. Thought they making plays, made them niggas call the audible. Ask who run this shit, but that question is rhetorical. Bitch, I'm the one, me cookies with the oil. I'ma get them crackers, hell should've never kidnapped my family. I can't do that. Bet I be the last nigga standing. Do a life sentence for my niggas, pray you understand me. I might put a switch on this Glock and call it young baby. How you real trigger know them dots? You a bird feeder, claiming he a demon. What's a demon to a cold leader? What he saying something, I ain't hear. This shit life work. It ain't about who got the gun, it's about who gon' up that fight first. I turn a bad situation to a game change. Bring soldiers from the dead, just raise up the chains. Bring shots, I'ma look like Aaron Jones when I run it. Never bite the hand that feeds you, you'll never get that hand back. He bitching about 10%, I don't wanna hear none of that. He dropping sword, fuck him, just make sure you get that cover back. Look around, he ain't with us, probably cause he never was. Now my chin like you with the angels for your brothers. Everybody won't be Richard Porter, God kill him like Alpo. Play if he want, it's laying in the trunk like Lee Malvo. A certified woman's ass nigga, I am not a toy. Hey, out with that hollow sign, yeah, this the rim accord. Feel like Gullah Jack when I'm in Fayetteville, you feel your boy. Still up on my brain, still I think that's all that I do. The way I get it, boy, lost, they gon' start to call him Elroy. Fuck his game, pop out on them demons like I'm Hellboy.
You boy, you know what time it is, nigga. Better watch how you step in, yeah. But that was my niggas, yeah. I'm in it, yo. Got my nigga Rewan with me. But that was my niggas, it'll be an honor. You know what I'm saying? Under commanding general, your honor. Straight off the top, I love all of my niggas. That shit ain't gon' stop till we on top and we ballin', my nigga. We be fly as fuck, you know them bitches be stalking my niggas. That shit'll never change and it's the same with all my niggas. City to city, I should be at home. That's what my ribs say. But bitch, I'm grown. I'm in these streets and closed caption. Niggas know we bout that action. If a nigga play with me, then my Hakim gon' let him have it. Hey, make you the shit, this truth the shit. Nigga play, I let that Ruger hit. Get on them tracks, they be like, who is this? I'm rude with it. Ain't got no manners. All them pussy niggas talk the shit. Yeah, I know they can't stand us, but we UPK, Louisiana, bitch, that's what I'm ripping. And my niggas solid number, real ones in my section. If you wanna get down, put your boots on, start stepping. Brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood. I lay my life down right now for all my sisters and brothers, because I love them. I see them dapping and hug them. It's amazing to see how well we adapt from the struggle. Born again from a life of sin, trapped in the gutter. My mind frame was to kill my own kind. Feeling inferior, waking up ready to die. Run with them killers, so it's just a matter of time. For I take your life or let world we rejected. We hated for our complex. Still fighting to get accepted. We hear the truth and reject it, but love is getting corrected. And all my niggas correct me. The commandments, the foundation we erected. Brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. Hey, hey.
They killed, give me Isaiah 14 and 21. They did the same thing to my people. So you said that they put millions of my actions. Yes, you said. Should a murderer go to jail for murdering? Absolutely. Should a thief go to jail when he steals? Absolutely. Should a robber pay back the money he robbed? Absolutely. So why shouldn't the white man pay for what he did? That's right. That's right. One day you'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog.
I'm in a hell of a hole, was never expected to grow. Just obstacles sat in the road, that a result of me selling my soul. The story I'm telling is cold, but yet it's what everyone knows. The white man's the devil is known. America was never a home, only a place of captivity, safe facility, hating, disfigure me. They claim that I'm lazy, be killing me. Maybe the slavery draining my energy. 400 years and counting. The trail of my tears is countless. Main fact that I'm here is astounding, but I can't wait till this shit is surrounded. Ready to tangle my king and the angel, be ready to rap. Crack in the sky, nuclear missiles will make it official. I'm capturing every cracker surviving. Put them all in chains where they need to be. Slavery for me. And let the whole world see that with them in the cages, safer in the streets. Put the dog on a leash. Get resolved for the beast. 144, get the ruler show, we could all be at peace. As soon as the trumpets are sound, your kingdom, we busting it down. The only way justice is found, the time for your judgment is now. You'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Look, ain't no remorse in my blood cell. It won't be no compromise. Now it's time to feed the worms. Watch his body turn to flies. I clutch iron while you trust the lies. The next Glock I back gon' be Gen 5. I get it customized. And sending shots off like farewell. Praying payback come back around like a carousel. Still remember your Honda's words ringing in my head like bells. Said you in this body, you fit the Lord, fuck the cartel. Triangle choke, apply pressure to the game like I did Vondale. Payback's a bitch in his dress, she a bombshell. Revenge is served cold, I just hope they making oxtail. Glock fresh out the box, I swear it got that new car smell. Made myself a target in the world of mad shooters. Devils design fire for our babies to pass through. In the day of our king's reign, I'll be overzealous. They bought my jealous, I bought brand new parabellums. Someday you'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog.
with the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High, and we don't care who we got to come up against. You ain't standing before this truth. You understand? We done took them all on and gonna continue to take them all on. Of my true love's head.
Surrounded by Edomites, lost a lot of truth to this tree of life. Open up the book just to see I'm right. Reminiscing on my ancestors, on those ships who had to plead for life. Took us to a place where ain't never safe there. Poisoning our foods and put our children up in daycare. Fresh out of slavery, still thinking that they care. Guns in the community, children can't play there. Brothers still brainwashed, we died for that same cost. Took away our history, believing that we ain't lost. Brother, I'm an Israelite, sin is like kryptonite. Brothers won't pray, no, they rob a Lincoln chick tonight. Praises to the Most High, I ain't like most guys. Eyes on the future, but I learned from a boat ride. Tribe of Benjamin, inherited on both sides. Background Jamaican, mistreated and I know why. I'm an Israelite, die for my Israelites. Blood of the Israelites, cry for my Israelites. Going through it cause we're Israelites. Kwam Yashra Allah to all my Israelites. I'm an Israelite, die for my Israelites. Blood of the Israelites, cry for my Israelites. Going through it cause we're Israelites. Kwam Yashra Allah to all my Israelites.
Kwam Yasha Allah, sons of the power. Rise from the ghetto when Satan want us devoured. The seal of the Lord ain't found in church towers. Never dying on my knees like no coward. Want to be an Israelite, you gon' need more than fringes. You gon' need to show you approve and get in them scriptures. Oh, I forgot to mention, traumatized from the lynching. Homicide, we the victim. Homicide ain't the ending. Kids with PTSD, suffering symptoms, never getting treatment. Something he gotta sleep with. Stockholm syndrome so long, it ain't a secret. That's why I die for them brothers I'm facing east with. Cause I'm an Israelite, crackers better get it right. Visions of my enemies, death flow through my dreams at night. If your mind ain't there, then we don't dream alike. Reporting live from hell, home of Christians and Edomites.
I'm an Israelite, die for my Israelites. Blood of the Israelites, cry for my Israelites. Going through it cause we're Israelites. Kwam Yashra Allah to all my Israelites. I'm an Israelite, die for my Israelites. Blood of the Israelites, cry for my Israelites. Going through it cause we're Israelites. Kwam Yashra Allah to all my Israelites.
While they play the sidelines, comfortable on benches. Catch me on the front lines, putting work in trenches. Making sure our election, preparing for Armageddon. Mastering this profession of prophesying these lessons. Protecting our adolescents and answering all their questions. Teaching the love, their reflection. No matter what the complexion, we got a common connection. A part of God's hand selection. A shot at the resurrection, through us achieving perfection. But to give life takes sacrifice. Battle demons every fight. Short days and long nights. Less sleep and more fights. More wisdom, more strife. Telling everybody that they wrong and you're right. I'm an Israelite, blood of an Israelite. I ride for my Israelites and die for my Israelites. We owe a debt cause Christ paid the price. So who ready to give their life the life of an Israelite?
I'm an Israelite, die for my Israelites. Blood of the Israelites, cry for my Israelites. Going through it cause we're Israelites. Kwam Yashra Allah to all my Israelites. I'm an Israelite, die for my Israelites. Blood of the Israelites, cry for my Israelites. Going through it cause we're Israelites. Kwam Yashra Allah to all my Israelites.
Word up, man. Voting.
Muting and we to wild.
Okay.
Yeah, you can stop sharing. All right, looks like we got a couple people in the chat, right? All right, you just no. All right, no sweat. All right, this is the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge by the Commander General Yohana. And we have been called to teach the so-called Black, so-called Hispanic, and so-called Native American people that we are the children of Israel. All right, and we'll just get the sound good real quick. All right, perfect. All right, so we've been called to teach people the real about what's happening in this world. And if I could, Kaash, could you grab me First Timothy chapter 6 and verse 5? What we see on a day-to-day basis, what we come in contact with, is people that believe money and gain is godly. And that's not just in the church. That's anywhere. That's what they believe. People actually believe that the ends justify the means. When I look at different situations in the world and I see exactly what's going on, America is the most prosperous country in the entire planet. New York City is the richest place on earth. And what I see over and over and over again is people attribute, you know, funds and money and gaining stuff and having stuff to something close to God. So if you can read that for me, we're gonna break that down. First Timothy chapter 6 and verse 5, if you could, Baba Khan.
First Timothy 6 and 5. Conserve perverse disputings of men of corrupt minds.
Matter of fact, give me 1 second. I might want to go up just a little bit. We might be needing to start at verse 4. Matter of fact, now you can just start there. It's a lot.
Khan. Perverse disputings of men of corrupt minds.
A lot of these disputes that we have in the world, when we're talking to different people, their mind is perverse. That's the reason why a lot of times they don't get what we're saying. Like, to us in the ISUPK, it's a simple thing not to be a pervert. It's a simple thing not to be, someone whose whole entire life is sex. Someone's whole entire life is just chasing tail. It can be something that is a temptation for brothers, but because we are more spiritual than carnal, we realize that that's not what we're going after. We realize that there is rules of engagement when it comes to laying down with a woman. We realize that it's not the only thing in life, because at the end of the day, if you don't do what you're supposed to do, you can end up, pretty much, excuse my language, assed out, chasing ass. So perverse disputings of men of corrupt minds. And that's another way that, different, government agencies use to they demoralize people by getting them to be perverse and not understand what morality is. So now you don't know what to fight for. You don't know what's real and what's reality. Continue.
And destitute of the truth.
Right. Because they don't know the truth. They don't understand that following the laws and the statutes and the commandments is what we should be doing. What they think is they should be chasing money. They think that money is going to build everything. When do you see Young Thug? Do you see Woody? These people have money, but they're not even good enough friends or good enough people to, number one, not take people's lives. Number two, not get into a situation and a bind and tell on each other. It's one thing if you didn't do anything, but if you did the crime, do the time. Don't go and start giving people up. Don't start, thinking that you have to save yourself. Go ahead, sir. No sweat. Right.
So, okay, so the snitching is supposed to mean at the very core that you're selling to white people.
Right.
Am I wrong with that?
For the most part. Yeah.
Right?
That's a great summary right there. Right.
Okay, you talked to white people about something that you did with another black person, or whatever it is.
Right.
I mean, I'm not saying that that's the same in every single situation. But
right.
The underlining thing that's snitching is you ratted. You talk to the white man.
Mm-hmm.
But then when we go out on the streets, niggas say, why do we hate, you know what I mean? Why you say this about the white man?
Right.
For one way, the underlying issue is you're talking about people you're doing that, and you should do that. When we go out and say that you should deal with white people, you should do that. Right. Everybody looks at us like we're the villain.
Right.
Like, we're wrong.
Absolutely.
You know, and so, like, that's the biggest issue right now with black culture,
Mhm.
which is so stupid because people look at like, oh, Young Thug is finished. Young Thug is not finished because you think people that England give a care about that kid, right? That he's supposed to know that happy thing for the kid. So, same thing with his son. His son is still out there.
Absolutely.
Because people that are in other countries, they don't know what's going on in black culture.
Absolutely.
I think a lot of this is really because what's something called distraction from the real issues that are going on.
I don't want
And
that.
I think that it's a testament to how it's black and black when it comes to these types of issues.
Absolutely. Nah, you absolutely right, sir. Because everything that you literally just said literally lines up and makes perfect sense for everything we see on social media. It is a distraction. And everything that we're doing not only distracts us, but it keeps us down. One of the wildest comments that I saw concerning this situation was put under, like, how there's a lot of posts about Young Thug snitching. There was a post about Young Thug snitching, and there was a comment that said from a devil, and it said, "I love to sit from the outside and look at this culture," in quotation marks. It's like, because of what is happening, how distracted we are, and because we value, not telling white people about the crimes we commit with each other, but we also value, wanting to be accepted by them. They get to look at us in a way that's completely outside of what we should be, and they get to be over top of us in every single way. Like, that person that made that comment literally gets to sit back, eat his popcorn, and look how we're being destroyed. And one of the things that comes to mind is, I was, talking to two of my brothers in the world yesterday, and I was telling them about, King. And one of the things that the brother said, he was like, what's funny? He said, a lot of the white people are, the devils. They probably believe what you're saying, but they're probably content in knowing that, blacks and Hispanics are never going to actually come together. And they know, even though you're saying the truth up on that podium, black people are never going to come together and do anything about it. He said, I bet they're walking past with that thought in their mind, and that makes them feel even more proud that they were able to destroy us. But that's a heavy point that you brought out, Cap. That's an absolute heavy point. There's something else I want to bring up about Camp, but if you could finish this verse real quick.
Khan. Supposing that gain is godliness.
Say that part again.
Supposing that gain is godliness.
So they suppose that gain is godliness. Like, all of these things that are making you money, they suppose the ends justifies the means. I'm not sure what the YSL group was involved in the unaliving of other black people, right? The YSL group sold, however many drugs. The DEA it's on record. These aren't just my words or something I'm making up. The DEA used El Chapo's crew to put drugs in the United States. And then we sell their drugs, but we have a problem with telling. So one of the issues that I see is, as blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we need to understand that money is not the answer to our problems, because Young Thug was the type of person who was able to wear a dress. He was able to unalive other black people, and now he's able to snitch. And then we look at it as, well, he's making money, so it's okay. All of these red flags that this man had. This is a freak in a dress running around like the Joker, but nobody took issue with it because he had money. And I bring up the one verse all the time where it says, when a rich man speaks, and I'm summarizing, everybody extols it to the stars. Right. When we speak, nobody wants to hear a word we're saying, even though the words that we're saying are coming straight from the Bible. So it means it's coming from God. They'd rather hear a rich man speak, and they'd rather hear about gain and think that's godliness outside of the words of God. They don't want to even hear what God has to say. And I was talking about this with Cap earlier. One of the things that blew my mind while we were on that, on that podium speaking, is a sister walks past, and you can tell she's, halfway homeless and has mental health issues. And she got upset hearing our voices. She told us to shut up, and why are we even out here talking? In the condition that she's in, she doesn't want to hear the words that can get her right. She would have probably rather hear some pale-faced devil on that podium talk about how God loves everybody, and while holding up a picture of white Jesus. Go ahead, sir.
It's September now. Hey, look, that cold about to start kicking in.
Absolutely.
You about to see if people get real. What's that? Cars, man. People get real. What's that word?
Humble.
Bougie.
Right.
In the summertime.
Right.
When it's warm. But it's about to be cold outside.
That cold is going to humble them.
Narrative that people try to play, that whole thing is going to be over come next month when it's 40 at night.
Right.
What I mean? It's a whole different game. You know what I'm saying? Maybe she'll listen in.
Absolutely. And let me just read something real quick, since you brought up homelessness, because I love bringing up numbers to show how racist and how ridiculous it is to believe in a country that upkeeps the system that it has when it destroys us in every facet. Let me see if I have the right thing. Let me see. Blah, most minorities. All right, so I'm gonna just tell you where I'm getting it from. This is the National Alliance to End Homelessness, and this is what they had to say. And I'll read what their pedigree is as far as when it comes to homelessness, if they actually know what they're talking about. It says the National Alliance to End Homelessness is a United States-based organization addressing the issue of homelessness. And I'll go down. It says most minority groups, especially African Americans and indigenous people, experience homelessness at higher rates than whites, largely due to long-standing historical and structural racism. But the homeless sister wants us to shut up. The system that was created by the oppressor still stands. She wants us to shut up, but it says it comes from historical and structural racism. So that's the part that blows my mind, to where it's like, you want us to shut up, and sis, we trying to save your life. We trying to save your soul. The oppressor, the devil that the Bible speaks of, is literally in control of whether or not these systems survive. Go ahead, sir.
Just to your point, which is heavy. I know y'all seen it on social media. They got this thing called black fatigue.
Right.
Y'all heard of that?
Can I say what I think it is?
Go ahead.
Is it where white people are tired of what we're doing?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. White people are tired of, the homies. White people are tired of niggas talking about they spinning the block.
Right.
White people are tired of niggas, talking about Chirac, talking about, burning the fade, talking about, killing the ops. White people are tired of this shit. Right? I'm sorry, Mike.
Oh, that's what's
going on, what you're seeing is you're seeing a lot of black fatigue going on.
Right.
And you see it right now with Donald Trump, you know what I mean? And Donald Trump is going into Chicago. He's going to go into Chicago, and he's going to, because, in D.C., they locked up 1,600 people.
For what?
1,600 people.
I heard they had locked up a lot, but I didn't know it was that many.
Dealers, gangbangers, all that kind of stuff. And it goes back to what Commander General Yohana was saying. He said it before Donald Trump became the president. He talked about how Donald Trump is going to essentially make the economy better.
Right.
He's going to make the economy better. But what's going to come with that is zero tolerance on niggas. And zero tolerance on, slide my language, nigga shit.
Right.
So now, these brothers that are killing, these brothers that are drug dealers, these brothers that are oppressing the community,
they are going to be dealt with by the white man.
Right.
And so what you already been seeing is the attack on all of these crews. Like you got the Hoovers, got a RICO. OTF got a RICO. You know, what's that? OBH out of Philly got a RICO. You know, you just name it. The A-Trade gangsters got a RICO. You know, the FBI is coming down on everything what they perceive as not beneficial to the betterment of how America is going to move. And you know what that means? That means that it's black people.
Right.
You know, like what you said earlier, which was a heavy point, that sister who is on the streets, they want them going too. You think they don't? You know what they do in Philly in certain spots? They'll have a bench that has spikes come out of the bottom of the
concert.
You know, they'll have. You ever notice like when you try to sit downtown, like even Wilmington, like you try to sit on like a flower pot. You try to sit on the flower pot, but the flower pot, the way that the part that you would sit on is like that thick. So it's like it's not comfortable.
Right.
Like,
right.
I can't even sit on this.
Ain't that something?
Right, because they're doing that, and it's only going to ramp up because they're tired of homeless people, which are black. They're tired of gangbangers, which are black.
Right.
They're tired of all of that. So what we got to understand is like what you said is like you got to start listening to these brothers that's going out in these streets and giving you the knowledge to uplift you out of your condition.
Absolutely.
If not, you're not going to be ahead of the curve that's coming. And you're going to get rounded up. Like I guarantee you, the way it's going to go is like when you murder somebody, they convict you, they're not going to even waste time with sending you to a prison for the rest of your life. Man, they're going to send you to Venezuela. They're going to send you to CCOT down in El Salvador.
Alligator Alcatraz.
You ain't never going to be seen again or heard from again. You know, so that's why I say, you know, it's important. And what's heavy what you're bringing out is like, you know, it's definitely something that we need to wake up to, because if I can't even say that, but hopefully we get ahead of the curve, because when I see the way brothers is coming, like I saw, like, and I'm gonna end it on this.
Oh, no sweat.
I seen a brother on a video. He said, he was from Chicago. He said, Trump talking about he gonna come to Chicago with the military. Man, you know what them niggas gonna do with them switches?
Nothing.
Man, do you know what's gonna happen? Them niggas gonna go in the house. It ain't gonna be no murders. It ain't gonna be none of that going on, because niggas think they're tough when it comes to when we dealing with each other.
Right.
Right. A brother is tough because he like, oh, I'll smoke you. But when that white man is riding down them streets in them tanks through the city of Chicago, them niggas gonna be in the house.
Absolutely.
And all of your ops, it ain't gonna be nothing. You know what I mean? And that's how it is. Donald Trump declared DC a safe zone. Do you know what that means? That because he publicly declared that in the meeting in the White House press conference, he said DC is a safe zone. So do you know what they're gonna do to you if you go against that in DC? You go against that, they are going to throw the book at you in DC, because they know, like, okay, the president already standing behind this, and if he lets this like crime to fester and different things to go on, it's gonna mess up his political, you know what I mean,
right,
for the party. So what do you think them white folks is gonna do with all the power that they got? They're gonna run niggas up out of there.
Absolutely.
And they're gonna make it to where niggas ain't gonna be able to do what you do. So you better figure out how to go to school and how to get some, learn how to plumb or do some plumbing.
Right. Because if I could, somebody, I can't remember the brother's name, but I think he was from that rap group with Bushwick Bill and
Willie D.
I think it was Willie D who said this. He said a lot of the times where it says, rapper was, unalived or this, that, and the fourth. He said that's just somebody that's in the streets and their side job is rapping, but really they're getting, their money from, in the streets. These brothers that think rap is their only answer, you're not even good at rapping. So you might want to get a trade. You might want to learn how to do, plumbing, You might want to learn how to do AC and all that other stuff, because after a while, the drugs that they funneled into our neighborhood aren't going to be able to be sold by you anymore. If I could, I'm gonna read what verse? Oh, if you could, let's do Psalms 55 and 21, because you brought out something that was very, very heavy. You said they going to Chicago next, right? If you could read this, because they said they're what Donald Trump is saying in his Psalms 55 and 21. What Donald Trump is saying is he wants to make the streets safer. That's something that, you know, as a person that when you don't know any better and you don't commit crimes, that's something you want to hear. Like, oh, I'll be able to walk down the streets. Nobody's going to be able to, you know, do anything to me. This, that, and the fourth. It'll be safe. No gunfire from the, you know, the gangs, this, that, and the fourth. It's going to be safe. But I'm going to break down what's really happening, if you could.
Psalms chapter 55 and verse 21. Or you said 20?
55 and 21.
Khan. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter.
What he's saying is something that's so smooth, like, I'm going to fix crime, just like Bill Clinton did when he put the crime bill out, right? I'm going to fix crime. There's going to be no more crime, this, that, and the fourth. But it's actually a dog whistle for the war on black people. Yeah. That's what it is. The war on drugs and the war on crime and the war on violence is literally a war on black people. I have braids in my hair. I have black skin. I wear what they call streetwear. I don't commit any crimes. Do you think the police know the difference between me and somebody who has a switch on them? Right. Hell no. Donald Trump is having a war on black people just like the Democrats had in the time of Bill Clinton. Right. Continue.
But war was in his heart.
War is in Donald Trump's heart. They have, as Cap said, black fatigue. And it's going to be a city filled with fatigues. You ever heard of what do they call it back in the day? Because military people, they call it BDUs, battle dress uniform, military fatigues. They have black fatigues. They're going to put fatigues in your neighborhood. No matter what anybody says, and I see a lot of fools on the internet saying black people going against the crime. That's not how you stop crime. You don't take a whole bunch of military personnel, put them in a neighborhood and still leave the neighborhood and the people void of opportunity to better their lives. There have been studies that have been done, and I'm gonna get to it right after this. There have been studies that have been done to show how you fix a people in a neighborhood. What they're doing is the very opposite. They're creating the issues and then making believe like they have a true reason to do it. We'll finish that verse and I'm gonna read something about Chicago.
Khan. His words were softer than oil.
Softer than oil. Everything Donald Trump is saying to the average fool sounds so good to their ears. And it sounds like a solution. Let's put these tanks, let's put these military personnel in the neighborhood. Let's put these oppressors with guns in the neighborhood. But read the rest of it.
Yet were they drawn swords.
When Hurricane Katrina happened and black people needed help, the oppressor was deputized and they assaulted us with firearms as we tried to flee to safety. They told lies about us on the news while saying the words that they were trying to help. But nobody was really helping black people for quite some time. You can go watch the documentary. And it's like this over and over and over again, but we're the hate group. The United States government is the biggest hate group that I've seen in modern times. The United States government is currently allowing a genocide in Palestine. Go ahead, sir. No sweat.
I mean to interrupt, but I'm on YouTube right now, and if you type in black fatigue, you will see all these different videos that come up where they're talking. What it is essentially is videos about stuff that black people do, whether it's like going in a restaurant and saying that they're being racist, or right, or showing black people doing something that maybe a black woman stealing out the store,
right,
or whatever. It's literally a section of YouTube that literally focuses on and do reaction videos, videos of black people doing stuff. And when you look at it like through the eyes of being in the truth, you see what's going on. The propaganda machine is working on black people right now. and black people and our people don't even understand what's going on
at all.
And like, because you look at it, you're like, man, why is this person stealing out the store or whatever? And it's propaganda. It's propaganda. So when that time comes, when Trump comes or the military starts shooting black people down, you look at it, they're gonna look at it like, man, it should have happened. They don't deserve to live. You know what I mean? Look at these people. Look how they steal out the stores. Like I seen one. It was like a black woman. She had her kids in the store stealing with her, and she was stealing them. She was stealing their. You seen it? She was stealing her clothes to go to school, right? Back to school clothes or something. They're like uniforms, and she tells the kid, "Go, keep going." And the kid walks out the store with this cart.
I think I did see that.
The lady grabs it from the store.
Right.
The lady, she said, "I don't know. I don't care. I got to do what I got to do." And so she runs back out and then runs back in, tries to take the cart. The girl is strictly saying, "I got your face on camera. I got your face." She's like, "I don't care." And then there's people reacting to this stuff. You know what I'm saying? They're saying, look at these black people. Look how they acted. You know, these people don't have no sense of what's that word called?
Decency.
Yeah, decency. They don't look how out of order they are. Look at the women. You know what I mean? And white people sit back, and that's the looking glass that they have into Black America. Even though we're not like that, like you said. Right. You know, you're not a brother that committed a crime, but how they view us is how they view these videos that they're seeing.
Absolutely.
In the propaganda machine that's running on black people.
Absolutely. And you know, with the whole black fatigue, it's like the algorithm is perfectly suited. Like after you watch probably about 3 of those videos, that algorithm probably keeps popping up and shows you every single black person doing bad stuff that's shown on video. When with my own eyes, I've seen the meth heads and around my way, literally walking out the store as calm as ever. Because when I see oppressors commit crimes, they do it in a manner where it almost doesn't even look like a crime. They calmly walk out and don't say anything. The person's like, hey, they just walk out like nothing. They don't have an attitude. They don't say nothing. They just do it like they're allowed to do it. Like they have the authority to steal. I saw a dude steal a trimmer right out of Home Depot and he walked out so smooth. I'm like, well, does it belong to him? But no, it didn't belong to him. He stole that. He literally stole it. They came together and was like, yo, I think he went that way. He had on this. I'm like, oh, shoot, he did steal that. That's what it looked like to me at first. But then I couldn't tell because he calmly walked out. You know, the vessels of, you know, dishonor look normal doing that stuff. Crime looks bad on black people. Crime looks absolutely terrible on black people. But the biggest crime committers in the entire world are the oppressor. I see them still on the internet all the time. You know, I look at it, I see it, but it doesn't get that much play. And I don't see those same comments from the black fatiguers. I don't see them on here making comments. I don't see them on here saying anything. Now, we were talking about how Donald Trump's going to put, the same type of crime stopping policies in Chicago, right? The reason why Chicago is so bad right now is because the United States government allowed and helped drugs be funneled into there. And I know we can keep saying it, but I'm going to literally read it from an article from Business Insider. And I've read this before, but we need to keep things like this in our mind because it goes unanswered. The amount of drugs that have been put in the United States is astronomical. Do y'all remember the time that they found like a shipping container full of like millions and almost $1 billion worth of drugs and nobody got in trouble?
It disappeared.
That's how you can kind of know, like, okay, that belongs to some either state-sponsored agency or somebody who's given leeway to do that by the United States government. It said this is the Business Insider, and it talks about how the Sinaloa cartel, which belonged to El Chapo, was allowed to sell drugs by the United States government. It says an investigation by EI Universal found that between the years of 2000 and 2012, y'all remember what was happening with all that, gangster rap between that time, all this stuff about selling drugs, all this stuff about, drilling this, that, and the fourth. Between 2000 and 2012, it started to ramp up with the whole Chicago scene. It says the U.S. government had an arrangement with Mexico's Sinaloa drug cartel that allowed the organization to smuggle billions of dollars of drugs, while Sinaloa provided information on rival cartels. That's not an even trade. You don't destroy the lives of the American people, the Black American people, just to get a couple of collars on some other drug cartels. You literally are destroying the fabric of life over here for us. It says Sinaloa, led by Joaquin El Chapo Guzman, supplies 80% of the drugs entering the Chicago area. The United States government is talking now, we're going to get the crime out of the United States, out of Chicago. But you let El Chapo and pretty much told him where to funnel the drugs through. Right. That's why Chicago is destroyed. There's an article that I wanted to read. I might not find it. I might drop it and just go back to it. But it was in Richmond. And I had read this before. Let me see. Let me see if I can find it. Richmond. Let me see. Hopefully I can find this article. Because I found a similar article, but what they tried to do, I'll just give you a synopsis of what happened. In Richmond, California, what they did was there was only a small, like there in inner cities, there's like the violent crimes only come from a small group of people. And they did a study on it in Richmond, California. They took these in Richmond, California, they sat these group of individuals down, gave them counseling, gave them a stipend, and literally reduced the crime in Richmond, California, and that area by over 70%. They didn't put tanks in the neighborhood. They didn't bring the United States government in with guns. What they did was they gave opportunity back to the people, and they gave them a choice and sat them down and said, look, here's your options. You can go to jail, or we can give you money, you can get counseling, and you don't commit the crimes anymore. Crime went down by 70% in a short amount of time. Do you know how easy it would be if I was to conduct an experiment and you say, hey, Quahal, you take this trailer park and you destroy these oppressors. I know the game plan. I funnel drugs through the neighborhood. I literally take every positive image away from them. I literally have them make music that's counterproductive and violent. And these people that are oppressors, that are meth heads, are going to be, are going to be assaulting each other and having and then I take every single job opportunity out. And all the stuff that I put in are Black owned businesses that funnel the money out of their neighborhoods into ours. I can destroy that neighborhood in a small amount of time. It would be so easy to do. I've seen the United States government do it so many times with us. Gosh, you look like you got something to say.
You had a very strategic approach to it.
Right.
I just blow them up.
Salakia, chill.
I can't say that.
Salakia, no, you can't say that. What he's saying figuratively, he would blow up their spot, because the last thing we want is the FBI knocking on our doors. Because what do we say out of the scriptures? We want to have peace with every man if possible. But I'm saying it's enough to make you think. If you give me the resources, I don't even need much to do it. They've done it. The DEA just funneled drugs through Chicago, and now the people are destroyed. There's not many jobs in Chicago. If you think about it, when you see all these new restaurants and you see all these new businesses, they don't help the community that they're put in. There's so many restaurants being put up around my way, so many car washes, and so many smoke shops, and so many new liquor stores. It doesn't make any sense. And nothing is going to help our people from the oppressor, because if the oppressor wants to stay on top, they have to keep us on the bottom. I was saying, and let me get to the scripture that comes with it. Let me see if I could find it. If I could. All right. Let me see if I could. Let me get Obadiah 1:5, if I could. And then there's some things I want to read about, you know, where our eyes need to be as far as like we need to stop looking towards the stars, whether it's astrology or famous people, you know, for our, you know, our saving. Because there's a lot of people that outside of the United States that are mad at people like the United States and Great Britain and all these other countries, because the Queen of England, before she passed away, her people put her in power by unaliving, by sexual assault, and by thievery. And because they did this, she never knew what it was like to clean a toilet. Gosh, if I say the cleaning lady or the housekeeper, what nationality pops in your mind if I say it's a cleaning lady?
Like Hispanic or black?
Bam, I got the picture of it. I would share it, but Gosh said it. If I say a janitor, who do you think of?
Black man.
A black man. you don't necessarily, an oppressor doesn't pop in your mind for these positions of servitude, because we add terms to it in the modern world so it sounds more desirable, like cleaning lady, housekeeping. Go ahead, sir.
I was watching South Park and they had Bill Gates.
Right.
And they came up to a toll, and he was like, "Hey man, you got a quarter?" And he was like, "What's a quarter?"
All right. They don't know what that is. These oppressors don't know what the price of milk is, the price of bread, unless they're the ones controlling it on the market. Unless it's a way to further oppress you, they don't know what the price of this stuff is. Bill Gates probably hasn't seen a quarter. Is he still alive?
Yeah.
He probably hasn't seen a quarter since probably the late 90s. They raised the tolls, so now a brother like me goes around the tolls. I know what a quarter is. God damn it. I know what a quarter is. Queen Elizabeth, she literally was put in place by unaliving, sexual assault, and thievery to never, ever have to clean a toilet. You think this oppressor is going to give you the ability to vote, and now more oppressors have to clean toilets and be in a position of servitude? Are you crazy? A janitor is a servant. A housekeeper is a servant. We are servants. That's what we are. Go ahead. You was about to say something?
I was just going to say that ever since I've been doing like my new slavery,
right?
And I've been to the trailer parks to like deliver mail and stuff. And you know, white people, the oppressor, they're fit for that role. They was in there. They was like eating out the trash can and stuff.
In the
trailer park.
In the trailer park?
Yeah, they had like a big trash can centered around towards like the end of the block.
Right.
And I seen this white girl just digging in the trash.
Mm.
You know what I mean? It's just like,
wow.
Yeah, was she skinny?
Nah, she was fat.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like,
so
this is regular shit.
You don't need much to destroy a people. And you can see that they're seemingly, you know, they're starting to be destroyed, because at the end of the day, the pendulum's going to have to swing back in the other direction. But if you could, I want to get back to the servants and the people who should actually be the masters. If you could read Obadiah, because it talks about these people and it gives you the characteristics of what they've taken and how they're just relentless at taking. Like, how much more money can you get? Like, you got thousands, millions, billions, trillions, like how much quadrillions, like they just will not stop taking until there can be nothing left, to the point of where people like Bill Gates are trying to have regular citizens eating food that has been recycled from sewers. Mm-hmm. Like I forgot the website that Dash I Am had brought up, but it talked about how they were going to start making food out of bugs. Like there was going to be, and they call it sustainable food. I'm not eating no damn crickets. There's literally cows out there for me to eat. There's chickens, lambs. I got to eat bugs. Go ahead, sir.
Crickets is lawful.
They are.
Yeah, that's crazy. I never ate them though,
but I don't want to be force-fed crickets. I don't want to be force-fed no crickets. I would rather have a bone-in ribeye, which is a tomahawk. That's what I want. Bill Gates should not get to eat bone-in ribeyes not know what quarters is, and then I have to be force-fed crickets.
Right.
I don't want to be like the big bone lady that I seen digging out the trash. I don't want to be like that. But that's where they want us. And then when they have us in that position, they're going to say it's a health issue. They're going to say crime has risen up. They're going to say that, disease and infectious situations are happening. They're going to shuffle us out if we all fall to that. But if you could read that verse for me, because we're going to get ready to wrap it up soon.
Verse 5.
Yeah, Obadiah 1 and 5.
Con.
If thieves came to thee, if robbers by night.
If a robber, because I've been robbed before, like not at gunpoint or anything, but somebody stole my car. They took the car. They didn't take, more than that. They took the car. I was pissed about that, but that's what they took. Robbers came literally by night and they stole my car. Continue.
How art thou cut off? Would they not have stolen till they had enough?
They got the car. That's what they came for. That's what they wanted. My son was young. They threw his baby bag and the diapers out of the window because they didn't need all that. They didn't take that and resell it on eBay. They got what they needed and they left. Continue.
If the grape gatherers came to thee, would they not leave some grapes?
They left what they didn't want and they left something. But do you know what the oppressor does? What the oppressor does is they're going to take the car. They're going to take the diapers. They're going to take you. They're going to take your wife, your son, your house, and they're going to take your position of authority and your lineage. That's what the oppressor is going to do. The oppressor is not only going to take what they came for, but when they have the ability to take more, they're going to take it. If you look at everything that has been taught to us in the school system, has anybody ever heard of us ruling Germany, England, and France for almost 1,000 years? No. Has anybody ever heard outside of the ISUPK in 1969 up until now? You don't hear that we are the Jews that the Bible speaks of. How do you steal a man's heritage and oppress him? How do you go that far to where you psychologically damage a people to love you and hate their own? That is some next level thievery. That's something that if it hadn't happened in real life, you wouldn't believe it could happen in a movie. You'd be like, man, this is pure science fiction. I walk up and down the street and I see the looks from, other brothers and sisters, and the look of admiration that they have for the oppressor versus what they have for their own is astonishing. It's absolutely crazy. If I could get one more verse that's similar to that, let me get four. Matter of fact, no, we'll skip it because we running low on time. Let me get Ecclesiastes chapter 10 verse 7. If you look at how we are today, like I said, the Queen of England doesn't know what it's like to have to clean a toilet. Donald Trump talks about how he loves the American people, but do you think Donald Trump ever put his orange hands around a plumber and plunge a turd out of the toilet? No. I don't think Donald Trump ever had to do that. Matsuwaba. Hosanna Christ. I don't think Donald Trump ever had to do that because their people made sure they slaughtered enough of us to where they don't have to ever lift their finger to do that. And then the poor of their own, they make sure that those poor people know that they're better than us. Right. They make sure that we don't get to ride the horses. They make sure that we don't get to be in a position of authority. They make sure that we don't get to have police forces over our own neighborhoods. If I had the power that the police have, brothers wouldn't be committing crimes in my neighborhood. They wouldn't be able to do it. But I'm oppressed in a way to where if I try to stop and get these brothers out of that lifestyle, then I could possibly go to jail, because the wrath that would come from me would stop people from selling drugs and hurting people in the neighborhood. They would see what the opportunity is, and they would see what the consequences would be, and it'd be on a straightened path. I promise you. I guarantee it. Go ahead if you could read it.
Khan. Ecclesiastes chapter 10 and verse 7. I have seen servants upon horses and princes.
If I could read that part one more time.
I have seen servants upon horses.
Queen Elizabeth is sitting in a position of authority. She's on a horse, on a high horse. Bill Gates is on a high horse. Bill Gates is one of the most evil, low down, dirty, we allowed to say bastards? Yeah. Bastards that I've ever seen. It doesn't make any sense for somebody that was involved in computers to now want to meddle in genetically modifying our food. Where does he get off? How do you go from computers to wanting to reduce the population? Does not the wicked rule the earth? Who is the population that's going to be reduced? We are the population that's going to be reduced through some devilish means because a servant is sitting in a position of authority on a horse. Continue.
And princes walking as servants upon the earth.
We are those princes that are walking as servants on the earth. We are literally supposed to be the government of the world, but instead we're the ones that have to sweep the floors, pick up the trash. We're the ones that have to clean hotel rooms. We're the ones that have to, do manual labor. You know how many Mexican brothers and sisters attributed to food going into the grocery stores, all the fresh produce? Without a lot of those brothers and sisters doing that food that they served into the grocery stores would have never made it. Like, they might make computers and robots and machines to do it, but brothers and sisters did that. They literally went through, what's it called, sharecropping? And there's another term for it, but it is literal servitude to work that hard to make the oppressor millions and billions. And the reason why, Christ, y'all gonna have to excuse me, my glasses keep slipping, Salakia. Y'all are gonna have to realize that Christ saw this and wanted us not to be in this position. Christ knew what would happen. The Most High knew what would happen if we followed the oppressor, that we would be servants. We should literally, it should be every single able body, even if you have breath in your lungs, every single Black, Hispanic, and Native American man should be literally out on the streets gathering their people that don't know better. It should be all of us, but instead we have to go and we have to serve the oppressor. The very people that hate us, the very people that have quote unquote Black fatigue, we have to serve these people. We have to serve these people. God, I mean, Salakia, sir, you had something that you wanted to add?
No.
All right, no sweat. All right, if I could, let me see. I might do one more verse. Let me see. I might not go into it. Let me see. Let me get one more thing. Kaash, if you could, can you read? Let me get Joel 3 and 5, and we get ready to wrap it up.
Khan, this is Joel chapter 3 and verse 5. Because ye have taken my silver and my gold.
This is the verse that because I want to end on a positive note. This is what I want to end on, because we are the servants. We are the oppressed. We are hated. But the Most High sees what's happening to us. The Most High understands, and he warned against it, and he has grace. But the Most High didn't forget what you people have done to my people. So this is something that I wanted to read before we wrap it up.
And have carried into your temples my goodly pleasant things.
These thieves that were worse than any other thing that could be conjured in your mind. They took the Most High's things. They took the Most High's people. They took the gold that belonged to the Most High. Continue.
The children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem.
You stole Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans and turned them into servants and put yourself on a high horse. Continue.
Have ye sold unto the Grecians?
These so-called Africans sold us to the Grecians, the Greeks, the so-called oppressor, the Caucasian. The Most High didn't forget it. Have as much black fatigue as you like, but continue.
Behold, Slakia, that ye might remove them far from their border.
You took us from our land and stole our heritage. Continue.
Behold, I will raise them out of the place whither you have sold them.
The Most High is going to deliver us out of this servitude that you put us in. Read.
And will return your recompense upon your own head.
You're going to suffer for what you did to us. The thing that you did to us is going to be done unto you. That was verse 7.
Come on, Khan.
Let me get verse 8 and we're going to wrap it up.
And I will sell your sons and your daughters into the hand of the children of Judah, and they shall sell them to the Sabians.
So remember, every time you're online and I have to battle one of you devils and you're literally saying, when I say the land was stolen, you can't be an illegal on stolen land, and you say the land wasn't stolen, it was conquered. Fine. Remember, the Most High is going to conquer you, and he's going to sell your children into slavery. Exactly. And it's what you deserve, and it's what you need. It'll make you a better person, because God forbid, if I get the power, you going on meth. If I could help it before you go into servitude, Salakia. All right. With that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and pass the class over to Priest and Officer Kaash. And if you could just turn the camera and I'll get it straight for you. All right. I'll go ahead and get it straight for you. Start reading.
This is the ISUPK security announcements. Rules for new brother and sister. When a new brother and sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are here to learn and set themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teachers will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother and sister wish to marry, they have to seek counsel from the heads. Ties to the commandment. Numbers 18 and 21, Malachi 3, 8 and 10, Ma'asra, means a tenth in Hebrew, 10% of every penny of every increase that the Lord gives you. Priest fund is a free will offering for the priest, is not mandatory. Whatever amount you would like to give. Upcoming holy convocations. The Feast of the Memorial Blown of Trumpets at September 21st. We'll have ours in Delaware, 51 Blue Hand Drive. If any brother wants to be a trooper in the school, you start wearing all black pants, boots, headband, and scarf, and shirt. With that, I would say, Amajin, you can stand. Man of Israel, give a courtesy salute. Amajin Shabbat. Amajin, Rock.
Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Thumb.
Yahweh Matai, hands down. Sorry, face the sister, stand. Man of Israel, give a courtesy salute. Amajin Shabbat. Amajin, Rock.
Yahweh Shemar, Thumb, Hashem, Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh Matai, class is missed.